Okay.
Since this is a new instrument, this is going to be new concepts for me. Well, on this instrument, it'll be
Yeah.
new concepts.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
All right, hello Andrew, how are you doing?
Hi Justin, I'm doing pretty great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Okay, so to start the lesson off,
Can you just play a concert F for me, just sustain it for maybe about 10 seconds? Okay, can you play a low B flat, low C for you? And then upper B flat. Try that again. Okay. The G and the C were like spot on. Just hear the B. The higher one was a little flat. Can you try doing that again, but thinking of blowing the air that way? You're a euphonium player, so your sound goes up that way. It's different with trumpet; it goes that way. So with you probably don't have to work as much for the sound to ring throughout everywhere.
you just need to focus the sound, like play towards the wall.
But if you think as if you're in a concert setting and you're playing to the very last person that's in there.
Okay, play that B flat again. Not any louder, but that sort of type of air. Yeah, that's like 100% better. Okay, so you've been doing trumpet for about a month now, maybe a little under, or
Okay, so what is something that you need some help on?
I'm definitely struggling with like high register stuff. As a
High
euphonium
register.
player, I'm used to doing like lip slurs are really easy on this because the one minute change goes easy.
Yeah.
But once I start getting, like you mentioned with that C, once I start getting there, stuff gets flat, and like what you do on euphonium to play higher is not the same on trumpet.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't figured out what that is yet.
Okay, so the way
I was taught how to do it, and the way I like to think of it is, it's not changing the embouchure too much. Your corners were coming earlier, like Dr. DeBack said earlier. Your corners are going to come in, but it's more the speed of your air and tongue, what your tongue is doing. So, from pretty much middle C to low C and below is the syllable is ah. So, and then C to maybe an F above the staff is A, and then F to like B flat is E, and then B flat up is E. So the higher you're getting, the more compact your air is, and the air speed is still staying the same. It's like if you got a hose and you put your thumb over it, the water is still coming out at the same speed. It's just more focused. It is going to be a little faster, but just more focused air. Really, all playing high is all an extension of middle G. So playing low is an extension of middle G, and playing high is just an extension of middle G with different air speeds.
So I'm going to use this lip flexibilities book that I've been using for like ever.
I'm trying to find one that doesn't go too high. Okay. Let's go start with the first one. Can we... Yeah, I don't want to hit you.
no
You
worries.
yet.
Okay. So I'm just going to play.
Can we just do the first line together?
Oh sure.
So, da, da.
Da, 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 and don't. You don't need to re-articulate.
1, 2, ready. Okay, good. So it got a little easier as we get lower. As you're going up, make sure to keep your body the same. A tendency for new trumpeters and even like a lot of trumpeters is when you're getting high, you like to tense up a lot. You put more pressure. It should be the exact opposite. Be more relaxed and think that way rather than this way when you're playing higher. So can we do the next one? Actually, can we just do the one after? Actually, let's just do number 2. 1, 2, Ready? Yeah, definitely. Let's do this one. Same idea. Ready? Yeah, like when you press all the valves down, it's just nasty sounding. Okay, so now I want to do, we're playing a little bit longer of a phrase and kind of going up and down in the register. So we can start with number 3. This one, I want you to think of just you're keeping the air spinning and you're just blowing straight through the instrument. Your lip and embouchure shouldn't change that much. It probably will. It does. It changes when you get lower and higher. But try to keep try to stay as still as possible and just change the air through your tongue, like the syllables I talked about earlier. Okay. Da da da. That about. Da 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 da. And when you get lower crescendo, da 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 da. Yeah. Ready? Next one. Let's do this one. Skip one. For low G, kick it back in.
Kick it back in, okay.
Yeah, and then same thing for this one. We do this one,
Mhm.
and then it'll be a little farther out for C sharp than it will for D.
Okay.
Yeah, so D is about that out, and then C sharp should pretty much be almost all the way out because they're just really nasty on pretty much all instruments. Okay. So now that we've done some lick flexibilities, how much time do we have? We have about 6-7 minutes. Just play some actual music. This is the Herring book. A lot of trumpeters start here. They're progressive etudes, so like these first one's really easy, and then gets to like more advanced things. You're pretty advanced, so I'm not going to start you with number 1. Let's do number 9. So I just want you to play from the beginning to let's just say there.
Okay.
Actually, right here.
Okay.
Stop
So
right
you
there.
can stop me if you want.
Yeah, I'll stop you. Just play it. I'll stop you. like really good.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, you are a brass player and pretty good one at that, so it makes it easier. The only real thing I would say is your articulation is it's good and firm, but there's times for that, and for this and most trumpet playing, you don't want it to be that detached. So just be thinking as your air is continuously going, and think of trumpet articulation like, imagine you have a basketball and you're dribbling a basketball. You don't want to do this when you're dribbling a basketball because it's going to cause you to get tired and it's going to go out of control. You want to imagine you're dribbling it close to the floor with little movement as possible. Like, it should be just barely articulating.
Will that help keep the pitch from bending when I articulate too?
Yeah, so I want you to play just the first line, play it all slurred, and then we're going to add the articulation in. Okay, and I'll think of that exact same phrase, just with adding a little bit of tongue.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Another thing, when you breathe with trumpet, because I could tell every time you started that is a little bit of a response issue. That's going to happen. You're used to playing a larger mouthpiece, and it's different. So think hop 2. So, and that'll set your aperture where it needs to be. Also, yeah. Can you try that?
Mm-hmm.
Just try the first line again. Think hop 2. Yeah, that's like a billion times better. The articulation is like so much more clear. It's more clear this way than what you were doing before, I can tell. And the way you were doing it is fine. There's definitely ways for that, but that's helped with the pitch bending and the note accuracy a lot. Okay. Is there anything else you're struggling with that you would like some help with?
I said the pitch bending thing was a big thing.
Yeah.
I'm not struggling as much.
Yeah.
Nitpick anything that I was doing.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Can you play your C major scale and play until you can't play high anymore? Try to do try to do 2-octave scale. I'm gonna watch you and see your body and how it's
And how much
reacting.
tension it's
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
create. It's gonna create a lot. I know.
You're good. G major scale starting on the second octave, just a middle G up to a third G. A major. Just
E major.
A.
Oh, A major.
You know the fingering
Yeah.
for that? Yeah.
I had to translate back into Southland.
You're okay. Okay.
This thing's so hard.
I want you. Half steps are free.
Yeah.
Right. So, working from an F to a G sharp really isn't that difficult, and then if you get F sharp to G, it's not difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get higher, the partials are a lot closer, so it's really easier than you're making it out to be. The tension definitely doesn't help, because what that does is just completely destroys any chance of it sounding good. Like you'll see lead trumpeters on TV or whatever, like put their fingers and jam into there. I mean, there was this quote, Arturo Sandoval was asked about like how he plays high, or I think that was Maynard Ferguson, and he was like, how do you use that pressure, much pressure, and play that high? I thought you're not supposed to use pressure. And he said, of course I have to use that pressure. I'm playing so high. So when you're playing high, there's going to be more pressure. So the whole concept of no pressure is not true. You're going to have some pressure up there. But like I said, can we actually try buzzing?
Oh, absolutely.
Let's do some sirens. Can we just start? Hold on, let me get a reference pitch. Okay, that's a G. Can we just, when you were doing it, your whole body moved up. Just stay still. Just stay still and just change the airspeed. Yeah. gonna do do.
I think that was B.
I'm going to do a let's try it again. Yeah. Dr. Creo taught me as I'm getting higher. Like I said earlier, you kind of go back, think outward. So as I'm going up a scale, I like to think you're pushing outward. So and that way you're actually pulling the trumpet off of your face. So instead of pushing it on you, you're pushing yourself towards the trumpet, not the trumpet towards you. So like, let me play my this. Instead of. And so intention, it doesn't just affect the higher notes, it affects everything else. So, what's one thing you're going to take out from this lesson? What's one thing that you can apply?
Oh, absolutely. Just doing that, because I get so tired, especially like in brass tech, I get so tired so fast because I'm like,
Oh yeah.
intense to do the higher notes. It's like, can I try that whole?
Yes. Try it on the trumpet. Yeah, your tone that you gave before was so airy and dead. That was a beautiful tone that time. So that was awesome, dude. Good job.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.